here a year ago, finished 8th in the June race, and Marcos Ambrose in the 47 ends up 11th. Looked like his car was in a four-wheel slide all the way around the racetrack.
It didn't look like he had any kind of really good grip at all. Like you say, Larry, just really up on top of the racetrack.
53.34 for Marcus Ambrose. Speed's coverage of NASCAR Sprint Cup qualifying from Pocono is brought to you by Camping World. Visit Camping World RV Sales for the best values on fifth-wheel trailers starting at only $249 a month. And by Priceline, home of the big deal. Right now, Juan Pablo Montoya is the big deal, but Tony Stewart's had success here at Pocono. 2 wins and a pole position for Stewart.
Yeah, Steve, he's finished in the top 10 here in 9 of his last 10 races.
17 top 10s and 23 starts.
This has been a pretty good track for him qualifying, 13 top 10 starts. And right now, he is flirting with that time of 52.60 by Montoya. And, you know, we were talking about the pole speed Kyle Busch laid down in June of this year, just 8 weeks ago. We're right at a half a second quicker than that now.
Larry, I noticed in turn 1 as well as the tunnel turn, Tony got out of the throttle a little bit early, got the car turned down in the corners, and both times went straight back to the throttle, made a lot of ground up on the exit of the corner. And
Jeff, it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do here. He's working on being a 10 better. He's working on a 50 in his 14 car.
Yes, sir.
52.51.
Awesome job, buddy. He won. 52.51.
171.393 miles per hour for Tony Stewart. Wendy.
And Kyle Busch just getting the time of Tony Stewart there, 52.51 of Stewart. Can you beat that and double up your pole from 8 weeks ago?
I don't think so. I was hoping for a 90, but depending on cloud cover, we'll see what this M&M's Camry has in store. You know, I think the car was pretty good. It was definitely a top 5 car in practice. I think we ended up 4th or 6th or something. So, you know, we're right there, but I don't know about a 52.50. That's a pretty tall order.
How much has the track changed from when we were here 2 months ago? Because it seems like obviously we're faster.
Yeah, I think the temps may be just a little bit cooler. You know, not as much sun, a little bit more clouds in and out, which is keeping track temp down, just helping speed.
All right, good luck to Kyle Busch. Steve?
Thank you very much, Wendy. Tony Stewart now the man to beat. Juan Pablo Montoya just bumped by fellow Chevy driver Tony Stewart. We'll be right back. 23 drivers have qualified here at the Pocono Raceway. Jimmy Johnson is the 24th.
Just keep getting faster and faster and faster.
You know, Tony Stewart picked up 9/10 of a second. Now, this guy right here, he was the quickest at a 53.27. Not a very good looking lap as he's halfway down the Long Pond stretch right now.
To me, Larry, it looked like that car was all over turn 1.
This is exactly what this car did in June. They were pretty fast in practice, Jeff, and if you remember, one of his worst qualifying sessions of the year, ended up qualifying 22nd. He's not going to be that slow, but it's not going to be a pole run for this 48 car.
Continues to gain speed through turn 3, but yeah, you're right, Larry. Not what he was looking for.
And they did that whole hour and a half of practice focusing on qualifying. He's not even in the top 5. He's 6th at a 52.97. Only picks up about 4/10 from practice.
Big surprise right there, because again, I thought they'd put a lot of extra effort to come up here and try to get qualified a little bit quicker, but it seemed like it was all in turn 1.
8 of the top 9 drivers in Chevrolets. Well, tomorrow, history will be made as a Camping World Truck Series battles in Pocono for the first time. Biggest names in the series try to get back into championship contention. Don't miss the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series live from Pocono tomorrow at 12:30.
Actually, Jeff Hammond just pointed out to me that the 48, they were 25th in qualifying back in June, so they wasn't as good as I gave them credit. But right now,
22nd, 25th, you're back
outside
that far,
the top
it don't
20.
matter.
Yeah, but you know, he could indeed maybe barely be inside the top 10 when this is all said and done.
Jimmy Johnson followed by Elliott Sadler, Sam Hornish Jr., and Kyle Busch. P.J. Jones up next in the 7, and That's a backup car. He hit the wall hard in practice earlier today.
And what I'm seeing right here, all they're going to try to do is make a circle with this 7 car. In fact, I'm not even sure he's going to make a circle. Something is totally wrong with that race car.
Or a triangle, as it were.
Yeah, it's like sucked down on the right front. The left front was up. There's definitely something in trouble with this backup 7 car. Robbie Gordon getting ready for Watkins Glen down testing at Road Atlanta. This was about halfway through the first practice we had earlier today.
It's like he went in that turn 1 right there, overdrove it a little bit, couldn't get the car to slow down, and all of a sudden it slid all the way to the outside safer barrier, and he hit it hard.
Pocono has been hard on this 7 crew. In fact, back in June, they missed the show. They were outside the top 35 with Ted Musgrave, and it's been what I think Jeff and I would look at as a character-building day for that crew.
A lot of adversity to overcome. Bob Dillner.
Tony Stewart on the provisional pole. How pumped up are you with that lap here at Pocono?
I'm really happy. I'll be honest. I didn't even start the day off good here when I woke up this morning. I raced in Fargo, North Dakota last night with my buddy Donnie Schatz, and was running second in the A main at a 410 wing sprint car race, and I crashed myself into the inside tires, knocked the front end out. So it was a long ride from Fargo to Pocono last night, and it was about 5:30 when I finally went to sleep. So really, really proud of all these guys in this Office Depot Old Spice team. And I told Darian I wasn't in a very good mood this morning. I was going to take it out on somebody. I just didn't realize I was going to take it out on the clock.
He's all smiles now, Wendy.
And Kurt Busch is all smiles before his qualifying lap. How do you think your car is going to fare in this qualifying effort?
Well, we're hoping for a nice cloud cover like we have right now, and we'll give it our best shot with the Miller Lite Dodge. Those guys on top of the speed charts, those guys have hit really good laps. Just hopefully we'll crack into the 52-second barrier. That's just our lofty goal right now.
I saw you taking some track temperatures just a second ago. What are you studying, Kurt?
Oh, it's pretty wild. Just a cloud versus sun goes 3 degrees, just that fast. And so just over in the shade, though, it's 95 degrees. And so that's been in the shade all along. But right now it's 111 according to my calculations, which it's a little warm.
It is. And hopefully that cloud cover will stay here for Kurt Busch.
Now, guys, it just dawned on me as we were listening to Tony Stewart. He's another one of those drivers, had no idea that God actually made 2 530s in the day. He found his from the opposite direction. Most of them have to find it for the first time as they get up. He found it as he was about to lay down and go to bed.
Well, you're trying to compare Tony Stewart to Darrell Walker.
Well, you're saying exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's not fair, and we don't even need to go there.
No, because he'll be up here shortly to do a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series practice.
Trackside Buddy Elliott Sadler, 21st overall. 26 who have qualified. Tony Stewart is the man to beat. Good qualifying effort by Sam Hornish Jr. for the Penske team. Olympic paint scheme this week on that 77 car. Hornish, 10th overall of 26 drivers.
This has been a pretty good track for Sam Hornish lately as we watch Kyle Busch in the 18 car start his run. You go back to both races last year for Sam, top 10 finishes, finished 11th here in June and led about 16 laps late in that race.
12 wins already for Kyle Busch this season. 2 in the trucks, 8 in the Nationwide Series, and 2 in the Cup Series.
Well, he's not going to be very good. You heard him when he came on the radio, but you could also see it with the body language of that race car. That car is loose, Steve.
Set on the pole here in June and finished second to his teammate Denny Hamlin. This is a brand new race car for Kyle. And we talk about his wins. His win in that Nationwide Series race last week at ORP was his 74th career win in the top 3 series. 53.35, about mid-pack right now, 16th.
Yeah, I think he's batting 500 in the Nationwide Series, 8 wins and 16 starts.
And he's headed to Iowa tomorrow. Yeah, this is everything a car shouldn't do at Pocono.
Gets down in there, the car never took a set. You can see right here, see they've turned it to the right. You can see the front, he just keeps working to the right, trying to make the late exit of this corner here. Car definitely not up underneath him.
And every time it hits a bump, it just gets worse.
Yep, just chase it up the racetrack.
A special edition of Trackside tonight from Pocono. I'm calling it the Crew Chief Extravaganza.
All our rowdy friends are coming over
tonight.
Kenny Francis, Kevin Mannion, Chad Canals, whom I missed.
Hardy.
Todd Berrier.
See ya.
Crew Chief Love.